Hello friends and welcome to Shadow Gamer. I am once again playing Manor Lords, and the reason I'm back in Manor Lords is because over the holidays there was a huge update that added several new map areas to play. So for example, there's the one I'm in right now that has this winding river through it that includes the need to build bridges over the river. There's also been quite a few different tweaks and changes to the way the game actually works. So I am actually starting over on a new map area, and let's see if I can figure out how the game works now. Looking at my starting area here, obviously this is me. The Baron has 2 territories to start with, as usual. I'm curious. I have a rich clay deposit, which is good because that means I can go into infinite clay if I would like. But I think what I'm seeing is that, so we also have, this is a high fertility area, which means I'm probably more interested in farming than in the clay mining. But we'll see how it goes. So, just looking at what I have to start with, I want to have, probably about 6 to 9 fields total. And I want to put them where there's high barley fertility because emmer and rye will overlap with that barley fertility so I can rotate the crops through. I'll want to eventually get rye production going because it's better than emmer for making bread. So just looking at what's going on here, we have berries right there. That's kind of annoying that it's in the middle of everywhere because I'll need to preserve that and not chop that down. It's also sitting on high barley fertility, so that's also a little annoying. But I think I'm actually going to start because there's no cost to creating fields to start with. I think I'm going to mark out where my fields are going to be so that I don't accidentally build over top of them. So I want about 6 fields of Morgan each in size. Don't need to go quite so far out. Somewhere like that. Yeah, so I might be able to get most of them right in this area. So this isn't costing me any resources right now. I'm not going to be able to work these fields right away because I won't have nearly enough families, but I just want to make sure I don't build on the fertile areas that I want to use for farming. Sure, are we still in the fertile zone? I might actually make this a little wider and not go quite so far out. More like that. I didn't actually see how big that field was. Something. Yeah, so that's a 0.1 Morgan field actually. There. All right. So we've got 4 fields. So, like I said, we're not going to work these fields right away. What we're going to do is just mark them out so we don't accidentally build in these areas. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get one more Morgan across here. I think that's going to be pretty well set. Gonna be close. That does go into the lower fertility a little bit, but it should be okay. I do like how this is built right up to the edge of the cliff. I do love how beautiful these cliffs and this river looks. That's all pretty awesome. So that's 6 fields. So if I can squeeze in 3 more, I think that will set us up pretty well for later on once we start actually farming. There we go. So that's 9 fields, which will produce plenty once we start working them. So I'll set up my basic farming facilities here, my farmhouse and my windmill, and I'll also need a malt house and probably a granary in that area to handle all of that, maybe even a storehouse. We'll see how it goes. Just looking, so now that we've got that marked out, that didn't cost us any supplies. So let's figure out how we're building our town. So this is a rich clay deposit, which means I could potentially unlock deep mining and keep a clay thing there permanently, which means it's gonna, if we're building our town in this area, it's gonna squeeze things in a little bit. I'm gonna set up my logging on this patch, so we don't, or maybe over here, so we don't crowd our berries out. So this will be kind of our town center here. Our meat is a ways out, which does make things trickier, but we'll work with it. All right, so to start with, I just want to get my timber camp going. And berries, forger's hut. Right there should be good, right on the main road. And we want a hunting camp for the animals. Okay, that's good to start with. New message, just our just our victory condition. I'll unite these lands under my rule. Get moving. Make this my higher priority. All right. New message. This is the Baron introducing himself. No need to respond. Gonna assign a family to the logging camp. I also want to go ahead and order me a second ox right away. I should have done that right at the beginning. So we can have an ox for building and an ox for the logging camp. But now that I've got that taken care of, set this one to high priority. And our hunting camp to high priority as well. I put that. Can I see it through the trees? There. High priority. Okay. So our food will get done, and then I want to put in storage facilities. So right at the crossroads, gonna put in my granary and my storehouse. So I hope this won't affect the berries if I do knock down these trees over here. And storehouse. All right. All right. I want to get berries collected right away. And I also want to mark off my market area. Like this should suffice. And one change that they put in the game is these smaller buildings can't set up market stalls anymore. The food has to go to the granary, the supplies have to go to the storehouse, and only then will it go to the market. So only these storage buildings can set up market stalls. So that makes things a little bit tougher because it does mean I need to keep a family assigned to each of those buildings to actually get food and supplies distributed. So I'm gonna limit the login camp over to this area so they don't clear out the berries, and hopefully before they clear too much, we'll get hopefully before they clear too much, we'll get a forester's hut to start replanting trees, is what I was trying to say. I also want to build a hitching post, which has no construction cost. I'm gonna stick it over here with these storage facilities. Boom, hunting camp. So let me stick a family in the hunting camp to start hunting and getting meat in.
Come along, lad.
Move my second hitching post over to here.
There's no hole. Tomorrow, find a new home. Or town.
Alright, the next thing I'm going to want to think about is some burbage plots. So I am going to throw in something like this. Do something.
This is heavier than it looks.
I want to get in about three burbage plots. With additional living space. 4 will do the trick. Well, that doesn't give me the additional living space for that, so I'll do 3, but I'll bring that in a little bit. So, like there. Can we get 3 in? With additional living space, it's tricky. Okay. About this. This area is kind of irregularly shaped, so makes it a little trickier. But yeah, something like that should do the trick. So 3, all with backyards, all with additional living space, so that'll take care of the homelessness situation. Meantime, I have 2 ox, so I'm going to assign 1 to the logging camp full time. And I'm going to assign a family to the granary. Start getting food to the market.
Summer's coming soon. Soon of eating summer.
Then I also want to start plank production and firewood. We do planks first. Our saw pit. And firewood. Something like this. Do the trick. Let's get those built. Going to move these over to the granary really quick.
Splendid work on the roof, good sirs. Fresh start.
Right, build out our additional living space. Build out our additional living space. So we no longer have any homeless. And build out one more additional living space. I'm gonna build a road around Marketplace. How many do we have? Also, how are we doing on food? We're bringing in meat and berries to supplement our starting food. So we're doing good. We have about 5 months worth of fuel and 15 months of food. Right. So eventually, I need to put a family in both of these. But I think we're gonna be solving our popularity problem and start getting families in. Woodcutter's Lodge is finished. We've got plenty of firewood for the time being, so I'm not too worried about that. Bandits are stealing our resources. Let me get some planks so I can get a church built. So I'm going to move these guys off of timber temporarily, and I'm going to have them make me some planks.
Gave the old ox a handful of month-old grain. He spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nipple.
Yep, we're definitely getting our popularity increasing. So hopefully we'll see some growth in our village here shortly.
Come on, laddie.
Once I have some planks, I also want to upgrade the forager hut with an herb garden so we can get some herbs in so our people don't get sick.
Like this to my wife when I get out of bed. Says her head hurts. I tell her maybe screaming all the time wouldn't hurt. Don't listen.
Alright, we've made enough planks. I'm gonna want to get timber in again. Need to to get enough timber to build me a church. 5, so one more. Do the trick. I also should think about a well. Yeah, right over here by the forager's hut is a nice spot for that. We now need to, the wells in the game now supply a limited amount of water, so I need to think about upgrading them eventually and keeping enough to keep all my houses.
Heavier than it looks.
We now have enough timber to build a church, so I was thinking I'll throw the church in, like, in this area right here. Want to keep that timber coming in for now. But I do want to build in some more burbage plots. But I want another 6 timber before I get there. We have a positive approval rating, so we should be getting some more, at least one more family. I have space for one more family. Soonish. While I'm at it, I should set a limited work area for the Woodcutter's Lodge.
Fields need a bit of a drink. So do I.
Doing on timber, pretty good. Alright, so I am going to build out some burbage plots. Another 3. Give us room for another 6 families. Stop, I want to rotate those around. Oh, 4 is okay too. Or no, 3. Yep. Perfect. And road out here. There. Alright. So that's a nice little block of houses to start with. All with expanded living spaces. So each can house 2 families. So total of 12. Church is coming along nicely. I want this before those houses. Beautiful. Church is done. Perfect. So I actually should have everything I need to actually start upgrade. Well, I need clothes, which means I'll need a tannery. Yeah, I need to think about that. Okay, a new family started moving in, so where I need the most is in this storehouse. So they can bring goods over to the marketplace. That is perfect. We're coming to the end of berry season here, so I can think about pulling this family off temporarily. Expand this living space. I need to collect some firewood, so I'm gonna take you off of logging and put you in firewood. So I definitely need some more firewood. I've got plenty of food, mainly berries. Meat is so far away, I'm not getting a lot of it in. but I'm hoping to pretty quickly have enough people to actually get me a decent militia and take out some bandit camps. Speaking of which, we just got our first development point. So I want to unlock rye because rye is better than our standard wheat for making bread. It does better and has higher fertility. So to get there, I need to unlock orchards, which are also good because I can put orchards in the backyards for a decent amount of food every September. So I'm gonna do that. This message, that's letting me know they delivered armaments. So I can start my initial militia, which will be spearmen, 20 spearmen. Just need some more families to move in as quickly as possible because I'd like a pretty strong unit before I send them out against bandits so I don't lose many, if any. I also want to think about metal, stone. So iron's over here, clay's there, stone's there. Stone's probably the first thing I want. So I'll put in Stonecutter's Camp. Ooh, I need more planks, I think. What are my woodcutters doing? Living space. Okay, we got another family, so I am going to put them into the saw pit at first. Get myself some more planks. I do want to think about making a tannery. Yeah. So my tannery is going to go over near my hunter's camp. And the reason for that is so they can take the hides straight from the hunter's camp and turn them into leather. So I'm putting it over here. And I might eventually even put a dedicated storehouse over here for that specific reason. Alright, so that will take a while to build because it's so far out, but I also want to build me a Stonecutter's Camp. Collect some stone. This is going to be temporary because I just need to harvest the stone, then move on. Somewhere like that. All right. Beautiful. So, build those out. Getting some more fuel in. Winter is approaching. I have 2 families available. Let me put some loggers back in. What's the next thing I want to think about? So to get to my next settlement size, I believe I need 2 level 2 houses. And for that, I need clothing, so that is the priority right now. Getting those built. Probably pull these guys off for the winter. So where do I want to put them? stonecutter camp. Yeah, stonecutter camp's finished. How about my tannery? Problem with putting it in, oh, nope, that's still under construction. So yeah, I'll collect some stone while I'm waiting for that to finish. Got some stone collected. Doing solid on food and fuel. So I probably can not worry about the woodcutter's lodge right now. And that's a decent, well, let me get a few. Every time I think I have enough planks, I never do. Would also like to build me a forester's hut so they can start replanting this area. That's 9 families. One more and I'll be able to send families out. One more and I'll be able to send families out to attack bandits. So close. Might actually just go ahead and do it. Where are our bandit camps? So we've got one here. And one over there. Yeah. Yeah, let me... Be nice if I could outnumber them, but I don't know how long it'll be till another family moves in. Might actually. Be at the point where I can think about planting some fields. So for that, I'm gonna build a road. Something like that should do the trick. And I'll want a farmhouse over here. My other fields on that side. Yeah, so a farmhouse right here actually on the main road would be good. So in between these two sets of fields. So I'll build a farmhouse. So I can get those fields planted next year. So planting actually occurs in the winter. It occurs right after harvesting the fields in the fall, I should say, and it needs to occur before winter to get the maximum amount out of the fields. So I might be able to do a small crop in this next season, and then a full crop after that, depending on how quickly I can get this farmhouse built. But I really do need to get my tannery built. So let's prioritize that over anything else. And I would like to, after that... Oh, Forster's hut is already built. So I'll put a family in there. Saw pit, logging camp. Doing okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah, we have 10 families now. Perfect. So I have a full militia. Well, once their family members join, almost. Perfect. All right, I am going to take care of some bandits. So they need to cross the rivers at bridges, which is new. The previous map didn't have a river, it just had some creeks, and so they could cross anywhere. So I'll rally my group over here. Let's go. Let's have you not run so you don't get too worn out. Plenty of planks for the time being. So I want to focus on getting more logs in. And I want to set this forester's hut to work basically in the same area we're logging. So if we can plant trees right here and keep regrowing those, that'd be great. I'm gonna set these to defensive. And where's my bandit camp? So I want them to come right here.
Yes, sire.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. We don't want them to face the bandits in the trees, so we want them somewhere around here. And so they're crossing the bridge. All right, perfect. %103% effectiveness versus their 95. I like that. And hopefully we can do this without losing any guys. Okay, so they stood their ground for the initial. Maybe push. Well, let's just keep them on stand your ground. Yep, they really are doing their best to take these guys down. They haven't lost any men, which is perfect. Oh, lost one. Alright, pretty good overall. So we want them to come clear out that camp. And this is how we're going to get some base money for my town, as well as some into my treasury. Alright, so starting here, I'll send these to my nearest town. And then I'll go after my other bandit camp, which... go over that way, and I'll do that to get some money into my treasury. Alright. But now that I have some money, I want to think about putting in some orchards, and I think I'm going to do that on this side here. I want to put in, maybe 3 burbage plots on this side of the road. And I want to give them a nice, decent-sized backyard. Because I want to make these orchards. Yeah, so something like that. So 4 with additional living spaces, and I can put some orchards in the backyards now that I have some regional wealth for that. So, build those. Oh. 2. Still need those clothes. So, do I have my tannery actually built? Yet. Not yet. It's getting there. Clear out these bandits here. Okay, here they come. Oh yeah, let's face them. That. See. Effectiveness isn't the greatest. Oh. Could be worse. While those guys are fighting it out, can I actually come over here and finally get my tannery going? I want to also probably build in a dedicated storehouse over here. Let's go back to our battle. How we doing? Haven't lost any men yet. Oh, lost one. It's 2. Sure we still got this? Yep, they're about to break. Perfect. Alright, let's grab that other bandit camp. I would want these in my treasury. So from now on, I can use mercenaries to worry about bandits, which is what I want. Let's bring these guys back over here and disband them. Alright, so I am making some real progress on this town. We march those guys back. First year, I would say, is pretty successful. Yeah, by the time we roll around to March here, we'll be pretty well set for our next year. Got some money in my treasury, got some influence, so I can start claiming territory. Got the bandit camps taken care of. So I think that's all pretty good. And there's another bandit camp. I will take care of that next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.